Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Alex's After Art Show. Today we are doing another episode of the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 mural. My brain is acting strange today. And we are doing M.Bison. Appropriately, at the time of recording, it is a Tuesday. So for those of you who get that joke, you get it, and for those of you who don't, I'm not going to explain it. Seek out the answers yourself. Anyways, it's intro time. So, right, today, as I said, it is M.Bison. So, yeah, I will turn off the characters who I don't need. Yeah. I will just turn off all these blue characters because we're not going to need them today anyways. We'll just leave M.Bison. He's in the back anyways, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Pretty sure it's just straight down from here to there and that. Yeah, there's a few layered in ones here. Anyways, right, let's zoom in and have a wee look at M.Bison. We're probably going to be getting a little bit of laggerino here going on. Because we're at that point now where there's a lot going on, so this is going to be a little bit tough on the computer. The only hope is that there's no recording foibles. If there are, not much I can do about it. But yeah, let's get into about that much. And yeah, as you can see, a lot of him is going to be covered by the other characters, but you'll be able to see a little bit of his cape at the back there anyways. Particularly his feet. Actually no, his feet will be visible in between Mega Man's legs. So maybe I might move him over slightly to the right, or the left I mean, jeez. We'll see. We might do something about that, but I'll start turning off these other characters because we don't need them. We don't need them for now. And yeah, there is the full figure of M.Bison. And yeah, so the particular pose, I want to say I had something in particular that this came from, but I'm not sure anymore. Because yeah, the reference that I have open here anyways is obviously the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 art, so I'm not certain that, because it's not that this comes from. I'm pretty sure there's a particular place this pose comes from, but I don't remember off the top of my head. So yeah, what we have here is just kind of your average M.Bison pose. It's kind of similar, I suppose, to the Marvel vs. Street Fighter art. And kind of, I suppose, similar to the X-Men vs. Street Fighter art. Both of those pieces of art have him hovering. A lot of his art has him hovering, but a surprising amount of it doesn't. But I mean, this is basically one of his win poses, so it's yeah, fairly simple enough. But yeah, something which you can probably see just by looking at him is that I made him chunky. Because M.Bison in game and in a lot of the art is very chunky. I'm not quite sure why, but he is a thick boy. And I'm not really fully sure why that is, but it is the case for one reason or another. I'm sure someone has a reason for it. It's mostly probably just to make him look imposing. But yeah, I'll zoom in so you can get a better look, because I did do some work to make his teeth a little crazy, because I suppose I'll start getting stuff ready here. Because M.Bison, much like the Joker, this is something which I actually haven't talked about much before, is intentional. Oh wait, hold on, I need to zoom out a little bit here. And then go and grab my black. But yeah, something which I haven't talked about much is intentionally disproportioning things. It's something which I do often when it comes to expressions. Because as you could see there with M.Bison, I've obviously made his mouth very big. As compared to the rest of his head. It's something which I do with the Joker as well. I usually make it slightly more ridiculous with the Joker. I usually make his mouth very big. It's kind of the way that you see a lot of artists draw the Joker, where it's very inconsistent with the rest of his head's proportions. But it's even something which I did with Zangief. I'll go over and show him off again, because you can see it with kind of with his mouth, but also with his eyes. He's got very, very big round eyes, because that's how that character looks. I don't want to not do that, because that's not accurate to the character. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's still on wrong brushes that I was using for something else. But yeah, I won't dawdle too much here, I don't think, because I would, yeah, just kind of rather get into it and then get moving along. So yeah, we'll zoom in, and yeah, as you can see, I mean, M.Bison's usually characterized as having quite a square, weird head anyways, so it wasn't too hard to kind of get that going. I might make his chin a bit bigger, because he's got quite a Judge Dredd-esque chin in a lot of this art. So I might make his chin a little longer. I might make it come down a little bit more to emphasize that big grin that he always has going. You know, I might even make his mouth bigger. We'll see. We'll see whenever I start doing it. We'll see what I think whenever I start doing it. Because, yeah, I reckon I might make his mouth a little bigger. We'll see. Anyways, I will start. Okay, right, well, now that that is done, that is our details, and yes, I feel like I may have made him look a little crazy. I'll zoom back into his face so you can get a better look at it. Yeah, I decided to intentionally over-detail his face so he looks a bit more like a monster. Because to be frank, a lot of the art of M.Bison does make him look like some sort of freakish nightmare creature. And I kind of wanted to play into that because I think it's fun. But yeah, so next on the agenda is our dots, and the sun is starting to go down. Even though I did start this at a reasonable time, I have been recording for nearly an hour and a half already. So this is the thing. This is not going to be a short one, I would say. So yeah, as I said, this might not be a short one. You might get a little bit more bang for your buck out of this one, who knows. But yeah, so next is the dots, and it shouldn't take too long. Wait, who's nearby here that I can use as reference? So Okay. Okay. So I will zoom back in and then I'll do the dots, and depending on the light level I might need to take a quick break after the dots, but we shall see. Anyways, I will continue. Okay, we're back after all that. So, like I said, after I finished the dots, I did have to take a wee break and sort out the lights and everything. So, yeah, that's our dots done. Now, I waited a little light on parts of the cape, which wasn't initially my intention, but I thought it might look a little better if it's a little bit more spread out, not so dark all over. I think it works. Kinda. I think it works for it. For the most part, it seems to work for me, anyways. But yeah. So next on the agenda is the colors. Now this should be pretty quick because realistically, there's only two colors which take up any major area. That being the red of his primary colors, and then also his black. Now there's a little bit of gold and silver in there, but that's it really. Excuse me. But, yeah, now I wonder who has a skin tone which is similar to what I'm looking for here, because M.Bison has quite a kind of yellowed skin tone. So I think I might make a new one. I might have to make a new one for M.Bison. So maybe push it over like that. That seems to work, I think. It's a little pale, maybe. We might bring it down just a touch. That's too olive-y. That works. Okay, brace yourself, here comes the blue. Alright, now let's get in and get this sorted. Let's see, push through the colors, and then I will do the shading and the light line, and that'll be us. Now, yeah, I'll have to do this kind of slowly for the most part, so yeah, I'll be back whenever I've done the colors. Okay, so that's our colors done. So yeah, as you can see, I maybe made the black a little dark, but I think it comes out on screen well enough. But yeah, so I don't think we will dawdle too long. I think we'll just move right along and start getting into the shading, which should probably be quick enough, I think, because there's going to be a lot of broad strokes on this. Like stuff like the cape is obviously going to be fully dark, and lots of bits of this are just going to be fully dark. So realistically, this should be kind of quick. I don't know. We'll see whenever we're done, how long it takes, because we're 2 hours in, so 2 hours and 10 minutes in, so we'll see how long this takes, because I mean we've done the bulk of it now. We're into the kind of the end game of this, But yeah. So yeah, as I say, I won't dawdle. I'll just get started, and then I'll be back with the light line. Okay, there's our shading, so now we've just got to do the light line, and that is us. So I will very quickly blitz through this, and then I will wrap up. So yeah, as you can see, the shading here, pretty intense, but I'll be able to smooth some of those elements out with the light line here. So you'll see whenever it's finished anyways. So I will continue, and then we'll be done. Okay, that's the light line done. Which means that is us done. Oh, my spine. Yeah, I'll just zoom in a little bit so you can get a better look at him. But yeah, I think the light line very much was necessary here because, mostly because in a lot of the art, the black on his hat and his coat is different to the black of his cape, but I didn't do that. I set it all the same color. So in this instance, the light line is very useful because it helps to separate the colors. But yeah, so I will zoom out. Well, okay, first things first, turn off the background, and that did hurt my eyes. So I will just zoom out, and yeah, he is actually surprisingly big, but we'll be covering him up pretty soon with some of the other characters. Ugh, I do forget sometimes which characters are supposed to be on. But yeah, let me check, let's double check which character this is. So that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So this should be character 41. And next time we'll be doing, you're doing Blackheart. That's the next character we're doing, I kind of forgot. But yeah, that should be a little bit of an easier one, I would say. We'll zoom in and see what we can fit. So yeah, this is the furthest we can go. But yeah, Blackheart is next, and that should be right over there. So, yeah, that is us. I will just wrap things up, and then I will leave you. So yeah, I suppose there isn't really any need to elongate this outro any further than I usually do. Because yeah, I'm tired and I have a few other things to get done tonight. But yeah, so yeah, if you like the video, do what you'd normally do, whether that be liking it or whatever it is that you would normally do. It's the same deal. If you want to subscribe, go for it. The button's there, you know where it is. And yeah, if you choose not to for whatever reason, that's fine. But yeah, if you decide to watch the next video, I will see you next time. So with all that said, I will just say goodbye, and that will be us. So yeah, yeah. So bye bye.